Hey lemlisters! I hope you're having a wonderful day and that you're ready for some cold emailing magic, because after this video, your cold emails will never be the same. There is no secret recipe for successful cold emails, but there are essential ingredients that you have to include in your emails to skyrocket your reply rates.
To infinity and beyond!
And that's exactly what we'll talk about today. I really hope you'll watch the whole video because of the incredible content provided in it, but in case you're not, at least stay to support L1. He really suffered this week and could use a shoulder to cry on. Alright, let's get going, kiddos. We're burning daylight here. Here are 4 elements each and every cold email you send out needs to contain. 1. An intriguing subject line. 2. An intro line that shows that you understand your audience. 3. Your pitch that is focused on creating value for the person that you're contacting. And ending with a clear call to action. Let's take it from the top. First, let's talk about subject lines. Your subject line is the first thing your prospect sees when receiving your email, so it's super important. The objective for your email to be opened. So you really need to make sure that your subject line is super catchy. But be careful. Don't focus only on making it catchy, but also to create realistic expectations around the content of your email, aka no clickbaiting. The only result of clickbaiting will be a low reply rate and, in the worst case, your recipients marking you as a spammer. There's no one cold subject line that'll work well for all of your cold emails, and creating perfect subject lines takes some practice. As general guidelines, make it catchy but relevant. What also works out really well is to send emails with subject lines that sound like you're contacting a friend or someone you know pretty well already.
Did we know each other?
I'll show you examples in a second. Generally, in order to figure out what works best for your audience, do some A/B testing to refine your strategy as you go. We created a dedicated video on A/B testing, which is available later on in this playlist. Now, let's check out these examples for subject lines. Now, the first one, coffee first name. So if the email is addressed to you, it would be Coffee Charlotte. And partnership, company name, and the name of your company. So for example, if I was sending an email to HubSpot, it would be partnership, HubSpot, and lemlist. The first subject line works super well because it's the kind of email that you would get from somebody that you know. So it's intriguing and has a high likelihood of being opened. If the content of your email is relevant to your audience, your chances of getting a reply are really great. The second subject line suggests a partnership between 2 companies. It's personalized and suggests a cooperation rather than just wanting to sell your product. It's catchy and acts as a teaser for the content of the email. These are details, but promise you, they make the difference. Alright, let's check out them intro lines. They are super important because they are, together with the subject line, the first thing that you see in the preview when you receive an email. That's why it's essential to ensure that they're relevant, connect to the subject line, and don't give the impression that it's generic and that you just want to sell your product. The goal of the intro line is for your email to be opened, read, connect with the prospect, and to kind of break the ice. And how do you do that? Well, not like this. Why? Because it's boring, self-centered, irrelevant to the person that you're contacting, and it definitely won't make you stand out from the crowd because everyone does it. However, if you were to receive this kind of email, hey first name, I recently listened to your podcast about copywriting on Copyblogger FM, and I was really intrigued by your statement about blah blah. I think we can all agree that receiving this kind of intro line intrigues you to read the rest, right? It shows that you actually know whom you're contacting and that you really want to create a relationship with them instead of simply trying to sell them something that they might not even need. Alright, let's say you've crafted the perfect subject and intro lines. Now it's time to provide the value. It's pitch time. No, not pitcher, pitch. Sorry guys, the pitchers are the 5th ingredient once you have scored those kick-ass reply rates. As for the subject and intro lines, there is no one secret recipe for your pitch because it's highly dependent on the objective of your campaign, your target's needs, etc. However, make sure that it's centered around one clear goal. In a nutshell, you have to make sure to point out your target's needs and to connect them to your solution and to create interest. And then make sure to conclude your email with a clear call to action. This way, your prospect can easily express their interest and take the next step. Yes, That's right. The goal of your CTA is not to sell your product. It's to lay out the next step for your prospects, which is usually a meeting. It's super important to keep in mind that in order to sell something, you need to create a relationship with your prospects. So don't try to speed up the process by skipping important steps. And remember that your cold emailing campaigns should have the objective of booking a meeting during which you will be able to really connect with your prospect, qualifying your lead, and then move further towards the sale. Don't worry, we're covering all of these bricks making up the perfect cold email in this playlist, so stay tuned and keep watching. You might be wondering, okay, great, but so actually I never introduced myself to the person. Rude.
I'm sorry.
Sure, it's important to introduce yourself to the person you're contacting. Just try to avoid doing so in a generic, irrelevant way. Just make sure it's natural and try and make it fit into your email that's authentic and not self-centered. The best way is to relevantly include it in your value proposition, like Guillaume did in this email, for example. As you can see here, he starts with a personalized icebreaker that is relevant to the person whom he's contacting, then directly goes in with his request he wants to be on the show. And here it makes sense to introduce himself. So it comes naturally and it's not the first thing that you see when you receive the email. You can even put it into your PS and add a little personal detail such as, PS, my name is Charlotte and I am digital marketing manager here at lemlist and am also a big fan of cycling and the show friends. You see, it adds a human touch and facilitates creating a connection with the person you're contacting. And there you go. If you build your cold emails with these ingredients, you'll be on your way for reply rate wonderland.
Second star to the right and straight on till morning.
As per the usual, I won't ask you to like and subscribe because here at Lemlist we prefer doing things differently. So if you like this video, I dare you to like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kapupakap. Oh my god, I cannot say this. I'm gonna delete it from the script. If you don't like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll have to lend a friend crack 2 raw eggs over your head and then send the video to charlotte@lemlist.com. Our Lemarter L1 did it, so not liking and subscribing and not doing the dare will be really bad for your karma.
C'est triste.
Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or if there is a subject that you would like us to cover here on the Lemlist YouTube channel. We'd be super happy to hear from you. In the meantime, stay lemazing and I'll see you in the next video.